Divinitas salutaras, vativas libertas.
Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Rome Remastered. Yes, I thought I'd give you my ugly mug today. Why not? Why not? It'd be a shame not to. So here we are once again in the world of Rome. Fantastic. Always good to be back. Anyway, I have a pencil in my hand because I like to make notes and write down things and cross things out because, you know, I need to keep track of what the hell's happening here. Anyway, so in the last session we continued to maraud through Iberia here, taking Scalabus, and then now marching on towards Asterica, which is the capital of this Spanish people. And then after that we'll be taking Oscar, maybe even Numancia on the way, and just completely get rid of everybody. Gauls, Spanish, barbarians alike, get rid of them out of Iberia, and sort of maybe, to start with, bolster in the Pyrenees here to keep ourselves safe. We will also probably need to create some defensive fleets for this side of the seas, which I'm sure Maro hopefully will be on top of like a rash. So yes, everything since the last session has been pretty much ironed out. So we're ready to end the turn pretty much straight away here. A couple of things to note first of all, though, that's changed that I've just done off camera. This kind of fits in with the roleplay, really, because in the roleplay, Hasdrubal has decided for a bit of a change. The council that was brought in several sessions ago, it's not been working as optimally as he would like, so he's made some changes. So first of all, he's taken charge of the diplomats and merchants from Theopanus, who's obviously very, very busy capturing lands, which is fair play to the man. He's done a sterling effort with Zixus. So we'll let him off. But yeah, all things diplomacy and merchanting is now in the hands of Hasdrubal, who we know already from the last session. He likes to amass a bit of coin. He's a frugal man. He's a cheapskate. So he likes to coin in the cash from elsewhere, from other means, and he doesn't like to spend it very much. Which is quite true, because we're keeping a very close eye on the finances, and we've always tried to spend within our means. So it's actually really fitting is that he got the cheapskate trait, which I thought was quite funny in the last session. So yeah, so he's taking a firmer grip on the finances because of that. So it's more of a roleplay based on his own stats there, his own traits. So that's the first task. So in line with his own beliefs for the treasury, what he's actually done, in addition to the 3 merchants that we're amassing here to send down to Egypt, we are also going to amass some more merchants, 1 in Carthage and 1 in Thapsus as well. So rather than sending just the 3 merchants down to Egypt, Hasdrubal is saying he wants 5. As much cash as possible. Alright? Why send 3 when you can send 5? That's the first thing. The second thing is, we're going to go back to an old strategy which was carried out by our very first merchant, very first diplomat, whose name escapes me, which is quite kind of like heresy, really, because he was the one that got us, you know, lots of coins early in the campaign, and that was going round trying to barter for map information or selling map information for cash. We're going to revisit that strategy, and we're going to see if any of our sort of neutral factions want to purchase updated map information. Now, Egypt will pay 1,000 denarii for updated map information. However, they're more likely going to be the next faction to attack us, so we don't want to give them map information, really, even for the 1,000 denarii that they're willing to pay. So we're going to not do it with Egypt, but we're going to do it with others. Now, we can't do it with the Seleucids because they want an alliance, and they're not interested in map information. So we can't do it with them either. But there's the Parthians, somewhere around here maybe, Pontus, maybe kind of get into Greece as well, perhaps. You know, him just being stood here is worthless. Waste of time. So we're going to send him on his merry way, kind of up here to start with, and we'll just see what there is to see, really. you know, and if we need another diplomat, one can eventually be got from Siwa once it gets its market, I think. So Hiram Churis is on his way to try and see if he can find any factions out there that are willing to purchase updated map information to bolster our coffers. So that's another little repurposing from Hasdrubal as the man taking control of such things now. And one final thing that Hasdrubal has decreed is kind of contrary to his money-building plan. He's actually decreed that across the land there shall be no more very high tax rates. So the highest tax rate that will be able to be, you know, used across the realm will be high. He feels as if his people have suffered for a long time now. Many lands have been subject to very high tax rates to help bolster war efforts in the past and keep the war machine ticking and support the navies. But we're in a position now where our income is not quite so critical. So, you know, he's giving his people some respite, some reprieve from the oppressive taxes that have had to have been levied on them for so many years now. So never again in this campaign, unless it's an absolute emergency, never again will any land be subject to very high tax rates whilst Hasdrubal is in charge. So hopefully that will win him some love from the people. So there you go. So we've amended all the tax rates accordingly. Before we start the session off here. So that's a little update from Hasdrubal. Also in the council, this is just the roleplay. This is just the roleplay storytelling part of the session. I do apologise. But it helps us to get to know the people, the characters. I love this sort of element of the game. You know, Bazaltes, the faction heir who's currently in Carthage, has been thrust into the Master of War position. I mean, Master of War, he's taken down the Romans in Sicily, he's taken down the Romans in Sardinia, he's about to go and take down the Romans in their own backyard if all goes according to plan. What more does a man need to do to be proclaimed the Master of War? Well, Hasdrubal has decreed that nothing else needs to be done because he is the Master of War. Bazaltes, therefore, preparing his troops to go strike at Croton, but as Master of War, he's also outlined a couple of things he would like people to do, and they're going to do it because Bazaltes has said so. So, first of all, we've got Anubis Nefaris, who will go on his own, pretty much, across the western edges of our map, and where you can see here, we are in the blind in our own lands. He's going to build some watchtowers. So he's going to go west, build some watchtowers, and then maybe sweep back down and build a few more, and do a bit of a lap of Africa, and just give us that little bit more line of sight. See if we can spot any marauding rebels in the lands causing devastation and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be Anubis Nefaris repurposed to do that task, which will start in the next turn. And then one rather interesting strategy which he's brought to the table is to do with this chappie, Mataginus, who obviously is not ruling very well at all. His people aren't very happy, even despite low tax rates. He's a drunken lout. You know, he's a bloody man. He likes a bit of a gamble. He's financially irregular. He's not really management material, is he? He's better purpose on the battlefield, lopping people's heads off and drinking their blood. You know, that's what he needs to be doing. So rather than garrison this, he's going to be repurposed. Some horses will be recruited across the 3 settlements that we already have here. He will get 6 units of horses, together with his 6 units of infantry, and once they're ready, he's going to march north, way past our lands that we are going to keep for ourselves. He's going to head into southern Gaul here, and where he can, he's going to take lightly defended settlements. He's going to take down small units of Gaul troops, and then he's going to basically raze the settlement to the ground. Destroy, exterminate the populace, and basically cause havoc in the Gauls' lands as a raiding party. which is exactly the kind of thing that Matagenus would really take a great deal of pleasure from, surely, wreaking havoc on an enemy. This life of sitting on your backside for this man is not satisfactory. So we're going to turn him into a raiding machine. So that's quite interesting. So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an overview of some developments from the old sort of how the story is developing in the roleplay and how it's affecting the campaign map. So there you go. I thought I'd give you that to start today's session off. So without further ado, I think I've done everything else that I need to do in terms of game mechanics off camera. Next turn. Let's see what happened next. Oh, the Julii are amassing on their shores. Rather fortunately, their port is blockaded by one of our sword fleets, courtesy of Marrow. Look at them. They're amassing. They are looking like they want to get back across to Sardinia. We are not going to allow it. We've just got to make sure that they do not land that army into some ships. So if there are any ships that we can't see, we've got to be very careful here. Keep a very, very close eye on that situation. Right. Excellent. We've got a lot of work to do in this turn, so you'll have to bear with me. A lot of work to do. Right, diplomatic information. Scythians at war with the Germans. The Julii are ceasefire with the Gauls. This is like this is just like 1 minute they're at war, next minute they're friends. Well, ceasefire. Next minute they're at war, next minute we're ceasefire. Next minute, I don't know what's happening. And we have Yuptan or Yutpan Nefaris. Straight away he joins the family. And straight away, he has a baby. Very nice indeed. Let's have a look at your family tree very quickly here. So there he is, good old Anubis Nefaris, an adopted member of the family. And why was he adopted? Well, there was a great plague in Carthage, and a lot of work had to be done by Gisco, who was the plague officer responsible for removing the plague from the city. And Anubis Nefaris was a man that did a lot of work with a unit of soldiers to ensure that order was maintained, that the rules that Gisco had laid out in terms of curfews and movement of people around and, quarantine, that they were adhered to. And as a result of his absolute sterling efforts, he was promoted to become a member of the family. So Anubis Nefaris, as a result of his efforts during the plague, was promoted. And now he's going to be put to work as a builder, going to build watchtowers. But anyway, there you go. Yutpan Nefaris, welcome to the family. The more family members, the better. So where do we start on this turn? Well, we'll stick with what we usually do, which is go from east, west to east. I never get my east and my west the correct way around. Okay, Asterica is soon to fall, isn't it? It's soon to fall. Of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah. What are these units here? Naked fanatics. They have no armour. My Balearic slingers will make mincemeat of them. Mincemeat. Sire, prepare for battle. And it shall be glorious. And we're going to exterminate the populace because we cannot afford this kind of situation going on with Scalabus, with Corduba, people just causing havoc. So, I mean, they are they are past the growth cap, so there's going to be issues here when we take this place. We're going to have to exterminate. No apologies given. It's just the nature of the beast, Okay, so one more turn and we should be upon Asterica. I have recruited off camera the 4th unit of Balearic slingers, swapping them for a unit of infantry, I believe it was. So we have them now available to rock and roll and cause devastation. I'm not auto-resolving this battle. I will fight it, but I'll probably give you a very, very short highlight package because it's just going to involve me slinging these poor suckers to death. we know Theopanis' tactic now, don't we? Right, okay, so Scalabus then. Scalabus, we are going to recruit, bear with me here now, a set of horses which will be sent across to Matuginus. We look at the tax rate, low is fine. We look at the garrison, it's just about keeping order. So we're kind of happy with that. We're kind of happy. We could actually repurpose some of these units and swap them for peasants, because it's all about the numbers rather than the quality of the troops for public order purposes, I believe. So we might start to look at that, but we'll keep it as it is for now. Maybe Basaltis can do a garrison audit in the next session. So for now, that's fine. So yes, recruiting a cavalry for Matuginus in Scalabus. In Corduba, the populace is still not happy, despite the fact that we're recruiting peasants left, right, and bloody centre here. This populace is just not happy. We've actually built the palace now, so we will continue to build things, and I believe the public order will be given by a large stone wall. So we shall build a large stone wall here in Corduba to help. We might even have to build the very first, I think it might be the very first across the land execution square. Could be. If these people aren't going to bloody bend the knee, do as they're told. Not to bend the knee. They've been Carthaginian for since we started the campaign. But you know what I mean. If they don't fall in line, is what I meant to say. If they don't fall in line, we're going to have to take action here. So anyway, for now they're just about clinging on to some kind of public order. Well, hopefully with the large stone wall, maybe with some farming. We don't even have sewers, to be fair. I think it could well be a squalor issue. Could be a squalor issue. So perhaps before we spend 5 turns on that, perhaps we'll actually change of plan here. We'll actually get some farms, some food for the people. Probably also get roads. Probably just get these 3 buildings sorted, starting with that, and then we'll switch to the last stone. Yeah, open to a bit of rejiggery pokery. We've got 9,000 to spend. Okay, excellent. So anyway, one more turn for this set of peasants. In fact, we'll switch that around, and we'll do something like this. So we're getting another set of horses here. So 2 sets of horses. Send them across to Carthago Nova. Oh, I think we're taking the horses out that are already in. I see, yes, there's a set of horses already in both of these settlements, so we're taking the existing horse together with the extra horse that we recruit. I see what's happening here. So yes, the 2 units of horses that will soon be in Scalabus, the 2 units of horses that will soon be in Corduba, will go and merge with the 2 units of horses that we're recruiting here to create 6 units of horses, and then he will take this army out and north. Although we have to be very, very, very careful about this, because when we remove this army and the general, Carthago Nova will be in a very bad public order position. So we're going to need lots of peasants here before we do that. So there's a little preparation work to do first. But anyway, the plan is underway. So everything else in Iberia is ticking over nicely. Okay, nothing to do there. Over here, this man is continuing to train. Spying mission success. Okay, very good. Very good. He will spy on him. He will go and spy on somebody else next turn. Just keep spying on various people. Hopefully train him up, get his subterfuge up a little bit. Continue to blockade here at the port of Oscar. So yes, the situation in Iberia is completely and utterly under control.
Aye, great lord. Aye, great lord.
We should be able to beat that, right?
Aye, great lord. Attack!
Yeah. We should.
Victory! Aye, great lord. Yes, mighty lord. Aye, great lord. Set sail.
And we'll give him a little touch of retraining. Right. Speaking of Tingy, everything else with Tingy. Oh, no. We get the tax rate down there. No very high tax rates around here, sir. No. Not anymore. Not anymore. And there's nothing there to build. Right, excellent. So Tingy is fine. So, oh, look at that. The Spanish dogs see the fact that Admiral Adonibal is coming back to cause grief. He must be here. He must be going to blockade Carthage Nova, in fact. So what we'll do is we will come here.
Aye, my lord.
We will retrade. And once we've retrained, we will go and try and just hunt the Spanish ship down. Between these two ships, we've got him covered. He may blockade for a turn or two, but he will not survive for too much longer. So everything there is fine. Right, Palmer is already building a sewer. The tax rate is high, so everything there is looking marvellous.
Ready to sail.
Right, this is where I've completely lost track. This is where I have completely lost track of the ships as my phone begins to ring. I shall have to answer that later because I'm very busy right now. Can't you not see I'm playing a game, people? Why you ring me? Right, Cirta is fine. This Admiral Admetos is actually the central shield fleet, so he's heading back to Carthage to replenish, and then he will be the admiral that probably ships Bizaltes across to Rome, because that's going to be the excitement of the session, is the preparation for the attack in Italy against the Romans. So that's going to be good fun. So let me just get my bearings here. Corrales, take the tax rate down. What are you doing? Lord, give me strength. What do we want to happen here? Well, we'll start with the basic defences. We're not going to turn this into a military settlement. We're going to just keep this a trade settlement. So we'll of course get all the requisite stuff. You know, the markets, the roads, the sewers, the traders, etc. But we'll just give them a little bit more defence, just in case those Romans do slip somehow onto Sardinia. We're going to just give them as much hell as we possibly can. So extra defences to help with that will be most welcome. Just can't see any ships. This worries me. But fingers crossed they can't get across. Anyway, so that's it's coming across here.
Aye, my lord.
Come hither, come hither, come hither. Corrales is fine and building. So what are these guys?
Ready to sail.
These guys are a sword fleet. So sword fleet for the Julii. The sword fleet is already here against the Brutii. So this must be the sword fleet that's going to deal with the kind of patrol here. Just keep an eye on the Scipii and the Romans, the SPQR. They're not completely fully stocked, so in fact before we send them up there's no immediate rush. We'll just replenish in Syracuse.
Aye, my lord.
In fact, oh, I've misclicked. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine.
Ready to sail.
Come on down. Come on down.
Ready to sail.
Come on down.
Your Honor.
We'll just do things one thing at a time, because I'm getting confused. I'm easily confused, people. You know me by now. Right, okay, excellent. So that's fine, Everything's fine there. Carthage is building some public baths. So, let's start with Mr. Anubis Neferis.
Orders.
Our builder. Right, come out.
Orders.
Come here.
Onward.
And your first task... Oh, he's got plague! He's got plague!
Orders.
I thought it would tell us if he had plague on his map here. Oh! Well, what we'll do is we'll keep him outside the city until his plague has gone away then. That's,
Build tower.
he's kind of there you go. So he's built a watchtower to link up with Cirta. So his next task will be to build a watchtower kind of over sort of this side, or maybe on the border here to kind of see this area. But I don't want to take him into another area whilst he's got plague, because I'm not sure the mechanics. If he goes across into the area, does it still have a chance of spreading plague, or does he have to go into the city to spread the plague? I don't know for certain. So I'm going to leave that until that icon is gone. A bloody plague spreader, which makes sense. He's been working against, you know, patrolling the streets and coming into contact with loads of people whilst he's trying to enforce the law. He's obviously picked it up. It's a crying shame. But anyway, right. Now we get to the meat and the bones of things. Oh yes, the meat and the bones. Right. Bizaltes.
General, my liege.
Gisco Gades.
Merging armies.
No plague icon here, you notice. Together with a unit of swords, a unit of them,
Mighty general.
elephants and horses abound.
Move out.
We've got room for one more set of troops, and what we're going to actually do is we're going to pick up another unit of spears from Syracuse on the way. So now they are ready.
Orders.
They are ready. We are going to auto-sort. Excellent. Just check that we can't get any more Balearic slingers, because that might be preferable to another unit of spear. But anyway, so now they are ready to launch the attack on the Romans in their backyard. So when a ship becomes available,
Ships ready.
Admiral Edmetos, hurry up, please, if you will. We are going to ship them across to there. So not long left for us to wait now before the offensive in Italy begins in earnest. So that leaves good old Hasdrubal, really, on his own again. At 66, back in control of his city. He's recovering from having the plague himself. Almost back to full strength now, almost, and ready to continue to expand Carthage's horizons and see this faction, see this family continue to prosper as he has done for so many years. It's going to be, you know, hopefully he will carry out some, you know, and see at least some of the Roman settlements fall under his watch. Maybe even see the Brutii, you know, extinguished. The Scipii extinguished would be good. Would be a good accolade to have on his CV. Right. Speaking of those factions, I just want to check. If we look at settlement territorial ranking, just want to see. The Brutii have, by the looks of it, potentially 3 settlements, according to that graph. We can see 2 settlements here, which makes me think that perhaps, just perhaps, that they have taken a settlement somewhere on this kind of, you know, eastern coast here line, the Greek coast. They've taken something, because there's only 2 settlements here, and I think they've got 3. So in order to kind of figure that out, what we're going to do is we're going to recruit a spy from over here and ship a spy across into the lands of the Greek lands to see what the hell's going on there. So we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, there's a bit of I think there's another Brutii settlement out there somewhere. Right. So anyway, Carthage is fine. Nefarious is gone. Bizaltes is ready to rock and roll. So that's excellent. This guy needs to fall.
Ready to sail.
This guy needs to go and drop the troops off in Rome, because look at that. I said in the last session, look, there's 2 units are supposed to be going up into the lands of the Romans, and this admiral has took it upon himself to divert his attention. Admiral Timasian, therefore he is going to be fired. He's going to be fired, this admiral, for his incompetence, and instead somebody else will take over. But for the time being,
Attack! Victory!
there we go.
Ships ready.
There we go.
Aye, my lord. Ships ready.
So Admiral Timiasen,
Ships ready. Set sail. Aye, great lord.
that's still Admiral Timiasen.
Ready
Admiral
to sail.
Admiral Kieron.
Ships ready. Aye, great lord. Set sail. Ready
Admiral
to sail.
Kiros, Admiral
Aye, great
Timiasen,
lord. Ready to
Admiral
sail.
Kieron. I'm trying to...
Ready to sail.
You see, we can't merge them now, you see. I don't know how the ship system works.
Ready to sail. Ships ready.
Ah, because he's got the units on, you see, so I don't think we can do anything about him. Because he's got the units. So
Aye, great.
we'll have to do it that way
Ready
round.
to sail. Aye, great lord.
So what's going to happen is we'll ship the units across now, just to prevent any further delay. And then once he's done that, he's going to be fired. Admiral Timiasen is fired for his incompetence.
Ready to sail.
He will have to be disbanded, and we'll get another admiral in charge of that fleet. So, but for the time being, he's going to now eventually do what he was asked to do a few turns ago. The Adge is far from happy. Right. Okay.
Ready.
Excellent. Excellent. So we're just nicely ticking over. Thapsus. It's getting its bizarre. It can actually get another merchant. 2 merchants in Thapsus. Excellent. Only the 1 merchant. It depends on the size of the market as to how many merchants you can get, you see. So the fact that we've got the level 2 market, I believe it depends on the size of the... It might depend on the size of the ship, right? I'm not sure, actually. Anyway, another merchant in Thapsus. Speaking of merchants, we will now switch to Sicily. So in Sicily, we continue to have our peasant migration. We shall wait. You know what? No, we won't. We'll keep shipping them across, one at a time. So 2 more turns for that to happen, which will eventually give Masana the population boom that it needs. So excellent, excellent, excellent. So let's see what else is there to do here. Building work in Lilybaeum. Shipwright next. Okay, tax rate down to high, even though Theages hasn't decreed it. It's a faction-wide policy, I'm afraid. What am I doing? Shipwright in Lilybaeum. It's already been built, that's good. Chambers. Councillor's Chambers is next in Lilybaeum. In Messana, Orange Face. We can't have orange faces. We can't have unhappy people. Or in Syracuse as well. Tax rate's down there as well. So, it's all part of the plan. Messana is getting a palace. Or will be in the next turn when the population finally goes boom. Okay, and the stables is getting finished off here in Syracuse. Excellent. So that's the building work sorted here. We have some follower movement to do. Courtesy of Theages, he is going to ship across his Kurugan to Bizaltes to help with the patching up of troops on the battlefield, which is quite pertinent to his task at the moment, and an artist to Theodeclus to entertain his kids. Not very kind. So let's see what we can do here. Theodeclus, artist from Theages. There you go. Remember to say thank you. And then where's Bizaltes? There he is. He's getting a Kurugan. Again from Theages. Very kind indeed. Again, remember to say thank you. So Theages being very helpful to fellow family members there. Very helpful indeed. Right. So Jabal is on his way finally to Rome, together with the assassin on the boat,
Aye, great lord.
whose name escapes me. Briarius. But also to support that, there's going to be another assassin recruited from Syracuse to support that effort. So we might just have him wait a turn before he goes any further, because an assassin from Syracuse will pop in, and also an assassin, or a spy rather, from Messana will also pop in. There you go. So an extra spy from Messana, an extra assassin from Syracuse, both of which will be plonked onto this ship and sent to Italy. A spy from Lilybaeum will also be recruited and sent across to Greece to see if we can find out where this extra Brutii settlement / any potential ships / armies are. We don't want the Brutii to surprise us if we can help it. Now, obviously they're getting peasants at the moment, so we'll just hang on one more turn maybe, and maybe put the spy to the front of the queue. Debate whether to do that right now, because this will tip this over anyway. Now at this point, you know what? I think I will. I think I'll do that. So spy from Messana going to Italy, assassin from Syracuse going to Italy, spy from Lilybaeum going to Greece. Excellent. And Jabal is almost back at Rome, so that's good. That's good. Okay then, so excellente. Time for us to get our merchants across to Egypt.
Yes?
Can I be of service?
Yes, you can. You can be of great service.
Can I be of service?
Move your backsides. You've got some merchanting to do.
Ready to sail.
We're going to first of all go pick up the merchant from Carthage,
Aye, my lord.
merchant from Thapsus.
Can I be of service?
Ready to sail. Aye, my lord.
And then once we have that, we shall have 5 merchants on board, and they shall work their way down as safely as possible across down to Egypt and start trading. What are they doing? Hello? What do you think you're doing? No, don't do this, please. No, don't. We're going to war with the Romans. We don't wish to go to war with Egypt as well. Just go away. Go back to where you came from. Hopefully they're on a sightseeing tour. That's all we can say about that. Hopefully they are sightseeing. They've got no reason to attack this man. They've got no reason at all to attack Bomilcar. Why would they do such a thing? Why? Why? Oh god.
Awaiting your command.
I'm debating whether to keep... If they decide to attack us, our diplomat is not going to be able to... he's not going to be able to convince them to cease fire, but we may be able to bribe captain armies, which could be useful. So we're going to bring him back for now.
At once.
Change of plan. I think keeping the Egyptians from our door is a little bit more important perhaps than trying to get some short-term cash for map information. So hopefully this is just a bit of sightseeing and nothing more than that, and if it is a bit more, then our diplomat combined with Bomilcar together, they should be able to keep a lot of these at bay. They will be bribed. Money always talks. Always talks. Oh, for God's sake. Nothing is ever smooth, is it? Nothing is ever smooth. Right.
Aye, great lord.
He's replenishing. Sicily has been sorted. We've got the recruitment of all of the units sorted. Lepsis Magna. Right, next plan. Carthage is going to recruit 2 units of cavalry and 2 units of skirmishers, and those are going to be put down here to Lepsis Magna to support Theodecalus in taking down this army here.
I serve your will.
We are continuing to train and spy. So start some recruitment. We'll go a unit of round shield, a unit of long shield, and 2 skirmishers. And we'll probably take out this unit of infantry as well, because we don't really need them anymore, and ship them down across to Theodecalus in Lepsis Magna. Currently is just about building up its military capability. We will still slowly phase out these slightly more expensive mercenaries eventually. So that's that. So I think that we are almost done this turn. We've gone from east, we've gone towards the west. Everything that we need to recruit has been recruited, everything that we need to build has been built, the tax rates have been sorted. We're turning a small profit this turn. We'll just double check with the building work here. Tingi is fine. Messana, one more turn. Nepta, no. Cyrene, no. Yeah, everything is good. Everything is good. Which means then, my friends, as I just double check, just means that it's time to end the turn. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. Look at that army. Where are they taking that army? That army is probably going to come south to meet Basaltis at some point. I feel it in my waters. Oh, they're back again with a larger army. Seleucids are no more. Neither are the Armenians. What happened there? Oh no! Oh, it's happening. It's happening, folks. It's happening.
Sire?
It is happening. Okay. 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 We'll get to this right at the very... In fact, we should get to this right at the very beginning, because if we start spending money this turn, we won't have enough money to bribe this army. So we have to do this first. We have to decide this now. Oh my god. Oh, what's happening? It's all kicking off here. We've got an earthquake in Apulia. Oh, it's in the land of the Brutii. Could have happened to a nicer people. Enjoy your earthquake. Oh, look at all the sort of cracks and stuff. Okay, disaster costs life of important figure. Oh, the earthquake has killed Karadimos Thavesti, our diplomat in Apulia. That's a pain. Death stalks the land. He's a walking plague machine. Anubis Neferis, just stay still. You're not allowed back in Carthage. You're not allowed to stray over across into this settlement here. Stay there. And don't die. A flash flood in Venetia. Couldn't have happened to a nicer people. I can't believe we've lost a diplomat. I mean, having a diplomat over that side to help with the Roman fight is kind of necessary, really. It's kind of necessary. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Right, diplomatic information. House of Julii are back at war with the Gauls. Who would have thought? Who would have realised that was going to happen? Ceasefire there. A new family member, Pervinca. And Anubis Neferis gets an oracle. It's a pity the oracle couldn't predict he was going to get the plague, wasn't it? Isn't it? Retinue of start. Oh, he's got his Karugan. Okay, excellent. What I'll do is I'll take a quick look at the family tree now while I remember, because I keep forgetting to check the family tree. So, family tree. Pervinca, Gisco Gades. You've had a child, little daughter Pervinca. Excellent, nice. Okay, so this turn we shall move from west to east then, because in the west, no, east to west. I'm 38. I'll always get my east and west mixed up forever. If I'm not going to get it right now, I never will. Okay, right. we have to bribe this army. The benefits of bribing this army is A, the Egyptians will not be at war with us because they haven't reached us to attack us. And second of all, it helps Bomilcar out because it gives him more time to get his trader sorted. I think perhaps getting a militia barracks and a stables should probably be the focus. If we're going to keep Siwa, which at this point we are, I know he screwed up. Bomilcar, in his drunken rage, has destroyed the settlement, pretty much. Or maybe he's pulled a swift one and he's said it's cultural. It's a cultural thing. It's fine. Hold it. Tilt head up. I'm sure it's the same culture anyway, Egypt. But anyway, he did something really stupid. But he's not moving. He's kind of sat here in a kind of defiant state, and he's like, "No, I'm staying here. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm staying here, right here. I quite like the place. I've destroyed it and torn it all down because I want to build what exactly I want to see here in my style. So I'm going to stay right here." So in that case, we better give him the means to defend it, which means that the means to recruit infantry, the means to recruit cavalry. So we'll give him that. Okay. In the meantime, before that's built and before we're able to retrain the lost soldiers here, we're gonna need to keep the wolves from the door. So,
I carry your word.
how much?
You insult us.
Ooh. Even 17,000 is not enough. That's interesting. That's interesting because that size army next turn attacking Siwa is going to be a pain in the derriere. He could be at risk. It's not a small army, it's a decent army as well. Pharaoh's Guard, very good infantry or phalanx unit. Pretty decent. Pharaoh's Bowman, a very good missile unit. Axeman, also pretty decent-ish. Will still do a damn good job against my infantry. And Nile Spearmen, not too shabby. Not to mention the ones that we can't see. It's a very dangerous army, hence why it's probably more than 17,000 to bribe. I've got to make a decision here. Do we... Well, I'm not building anything here. It makes no sense. Do we abandon Siwa at this point? Or do we stay and try to defend it? Oh. This is why I wanted to give it away in the first place. We have completely cocked up our strategy down here, I feel. I think when the Egyptians attack us also, I think we're going to end up losing a little bit of income. I think the reason why our income is very high here is because we're trading with Egypt, and this is in Egypt's lands. When we stop trading with them because we're at war, I think some, not all of it, but some of this income may be slashed. Potentially, I'm thinking. We'll have to check that out, but... this army cannot repel this force. I don't think it can. I'm going to roleplay this and see what would Bomilcar do. Would he be that stalwart? Would he be the kind of man to stay here to the bitter end and fight to the death? He's a drunk. Would his drunkenness overtake his logistics? He's a logical man. Logistics more than anything, I suppose, but drunken. The only thing I can think of is that we've got a decent amount of cavalry. Together with the general, I mean, I know they've got spear units, which are Not good, but you know, we could take down some of their infantry, their slingers, with our cavalry. We could come out and recruit some mercenaries to sling against the enemy. We could recruit mercenaries and put them in and stay out. And I kind of feel that the way he was originally roleplayed at the start, given his drunken nature, I kind of get the feeling that he would be stubborn to not move at this point. I would suggest he would be stubborn enough not to move, and instead do all he can to increase his chances of survival. So that's what we're going to do. 1800.
Orders.
Right. If you want to take this, my friends, you better make sure you bring your full force. Alright? Because I ain't moving. High tax rate to help offset some of the cost of the recruitment of those mercenaries. Right, okay.
Great one.
We can at least stop these guys from reinforcing this army. This army against this army now, I think we've got a better chance. Yeah, I think he's got a decent chance of surviving this attack now. So we'll see what the next turn brings. But yeah, between him and the diplomat around Tunis, we've got to see if we can just keep him busy. Keep him busy, I think, is the best way to describe this. Keep him busy, and then once we've dealt with the Iberians, once we've got the Romans under control, then we shall have to consider taking the war to Egypt, because I don't anticipate for the rest of the campaign defending against all the way through at us. The issue that we've got is that Egypt is pretty strong. Where's the... there you go, let's have a look at this. Egypt. They're stronger than us. They are a superpower. I mean, we're not exactly a small fry, are we? I mean, if you go to top 5, I think we are second. Yeah, we are second. So we look at all that we've got, and to think that Egypt actually classed as more powerful than that is an interesting proposition. I think what would be quite interesting to see, if we compare and contrast the different elements of our factions to see why they're so powerful. Is it just because they've got a lot of money? Have they got a decent military? So militarily, they're pretty good. That's quite interesting because although we've got a decent military, we've only got like 2 armies in the field, really. We've got Theopanis' army, we've got Bisaltis' army. We haven't been massive on... military forces. We've been quite frugal with our money when it comes to spending on military, so that's an interesting one. Production-wise, we're making more money than they are, but only just, so that's interesting. Territorially, we have more than them. They've got 12 settlements. They've got 12 territories. Interesting. Financially, we've got a bit more cash than them. The Julii, for some bizarre reason, have boatloads of cash. I don't know why. That's been the case for a long time. The Julii are just like rolling in money. No wonder they can spam full stack armies left, right, and centre. Population wise, they've got more population. I think we've been stunted a little bit because of our high tax rate situations. So okay, so we're very close. We're very close. This is literally the locking horns of the 2 superpowers, really, of the known world at this time. So we shall see how that pans out. But for now, he's bolstered his number. He's standing firm and saying, "Bring it on, Egypt. I'm ready for you." Let's hope he is. Bummelcar, let's hope you are. Right, okay, so seeing as we're moving this way, Lepsis Magna has built its building. So... what are you building next? You are wanting to be a military place. We'll go for Temple of Baal first, because that's a military-based temple, and then we'll start with the actual buildings. So the temple is getting built there. Right, okay, excellent. He's just going to continue to kind of spy. Spy. Keep spying. Keep successfully spying. Hopefully might get looking at a level up for him. Lepsis Magna is now building. Tax rate is fine.
Aye, great lord.
He's coming back
Aye, my lord.
to replenish. Right, Thapsus then. Normal tax rates.
Ready to sail. Set sail.
2 merchants.
Sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 merchants we have. 6 merchants.
Ready to sail.
If we go to war with Egypt, this is going to be a bit of a pain because it means that we're going to suffer potentially from their ships. But if we can get
Aye, my lord.
to our port there ASAP and get the merchants out there, they can then spread their wings and fly forth to as many of the different resources as they can possibly find. So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, this could be a really good source of income if all goes according to plan. That will be the key question. Will it go
Aye, great lord.
according to plan? Right, that's fine. Thapsus, building wise, where do we go next with Thapsus? We could go with a large stone wall. Not going military. It's got all the level 2 buildings. There's still a couple of level 3s to have. Farms, sewers, maybe even an academy. I think we'll do that. We'll go some farming. We'll get some public order stuff, public health. Get some an academy maybe. There's no family member there, so maybe not an academy, but you never know. We'll play it by ear. Play it by ear. So Thapsus is fine for now. Merchants are gone. Carthage!
Ships ready. Set sail.
We've got no time to dither, my friends. We are off now.
Set sail.
Bizaltes,
Ships ready.
Gisco Gades.
Yes, mighty lord.
Get that retrained. We are going now on our grand adventure. Excellent. Say hello, Romans. We're coming for you. Brutii. We're coming for you. Right, Carthage is fine. It is supposed to be recruiting another set of horses. That's right. Round shield cavalry. Long shield cavalry. In fact, let's just replenish some of the lost men to the plague there. So a couple of units of horses, a couple of units of skirmishers, and then we'll be ready. So we've lost our central shield fleet for now,
Ships ready.
because it's off to drop off Bizaltes, but that's fine. He's going to come back up there. So that leaves Keralis is still building its walls, which is fine. Everything up here is still under control, keeping an eye on this Julii army. Right then, so let's take a look here at Lilybaeum. Lilybaeum is got its spy to go across to Greece. Just needs to get across to Greece. Do you know what we're going to do? What am I going to do? I'm just going to probably recruit another set of ships here. Just one lone set of ships. I know we don't really advocate. I'm trying to think here. Just bear with me a second. Right, Lilybaeum building wise is fine. It's recruited. It's recruiting another set of peasants. Let's put you in there like that. Excellent. So peasants have gone in, and then what we would need to do is actually disband these peasants, really, because that was the whole point, is to disband them. But instead we'll disband these guys, I think. Kick them in. I think we'll just hold off the peasant movement now for a second. So just give me a moment while I get my head around this. So everything there's fine. Tax rate's fine. Peasants are already in there. What we'll do is we'll probably disband one set of peasants. Just the one set. Tax rate goes down to low automatically to manage the population. The happiness there, that's fine. Risana is now ready to get its palace. Governor's palace. There you go. Excellent. So that's that sorted. Syracuse is building. Okay, I think that's fine. So the only thing left to do then, Messana did get another spy. And that was to also support in Italy. So put him on the ships. So there you go. And Syracuse was another assassin, Hannibal Alalia. Goes on the ship. So we've got 2 assassins, we've got 2 spies ready to go across to Italy. There you go. There you go. Right, Admiral Admetos. Admiral Timierson. Ah, that's you. Admiral Timierson, how the hell are you? How the devil are you? Fired! Oh no, that was not the right admiral. Oh my god, I fired the wrong person. Oh, for God's sake, you know what? God damn it. Fire the wrong man. It easily happens, you know. Oh. Balls.
Ready to sail.
I had the wrong man. That's Sayamiasin. That's Amaxilis.
Ships ready.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Ships ready. Ready to sail.
Is it because he's got a... It's because he's got a... Why are you not getting off the ships?
Aye, great lord. None shall Aye, great lord.
It's probably because we had a unit on the ship still that's caused that issue, I think.
Ready to
Right,
sail.
Admiral Amilcas. Get yourself down here. And what we're going to do instead now is recruit... 2 more ships. Because this is actually the Sicilian shield fleet that we've just butchered. That will come down, and we will get them quickly to ship across this spy to Greece over here. So that's their next task. But for the time being, we have a spy. Admiral, who's this? Let me get my spies sorted. Spy Jabal is going to come and sit himself here. Spy Jabal. This spy is going to come across. This spy here is going, because we've got a spy in Croton, don't forget already. So this spy is going across to the Julii side of things. So he's off up to Julii. Jabal will sit in the middle here. So we've got sort of eyes down south, eyes in the middle, and eyes to the north. And then with regards to the actual assassins, we're just literally trying to slaughter as many easy targets as possible. So whether that's captains, whether that's sort of merchants.
I kill to please you.
Kill merchant, 95% chance.
Death stalks him.
So that's going to be good. Admiral Briarus,
Kill.
95%. So yeah, we're going to start killing sort of easy merchants and easy characters just to get ourselves leveled up with our assassins and see what havoc we can cause, basically. So that's that situation now completely under control. So good.
Aye, great lord.
Okay, so that's Sicily. Building, units, everything sorted out. We're now in a deficit in the income stakes, and that's mainly because we've cut the tax rates a little bit. But hey, this is what the leader wants. That's what the leader wants. That's what the leader shall get. We've sorted everything here, so now we're just flitting across here. Cirta is still building, nothing else to do here. Tax rate is high. Demidi tax rate is normal. It's literally going to go down to low, and it needs to build something. Can't afford it, I'm afraid. Apologies. Nepta, taking that down even further. No very highs allowed. Nothing to build there, that I can see at least. Other than that barracks, which we don't need. Demidi, we'll have to wait. Tingy. There's a plague in Tingy! We've got another plague breaking out! Oh, are you kidding me?
Aye, great lord. Yes, mighty lord.
Oh, we've got plague in Tingy. Holy cow. Death stalks the land again, the return of the plague. Thankfully there's nobody there that matters.
Ships ready. Attack. We are supreme.
That should help a little bit, the
Aye,
situation.
great lord. Set sail.
Come back. Retrain. Palmer can't build anything because we can't afford it, but when we can, we will build nothing at all, other than maybe a wooden wall perhaps. So that's fine. Where is this? Where is this army gonna go? I wonder. I do wonder.
My ears are yours.
Bit of spying.
Seeing but unseen.
Bit of spying going on here. Oh, there you go. Excellent. Finally. One of our spies has leveled up. One of our spies has leveled up. Thank the gods. Right, Carthelo. 2 subterfuge. Excellent. Excellent. Right, that's him doing what he needs to do. Oh, look at that. A captain's come out to say hello.
My ears are yours.
Spy on him. Oh, 50% chance. Let's not risk that, shall we? Let's not risk that. Okay, so as we finish off this turn then, over in the east, where we have now run out of coin, so Carthago Nova needs to build something, but we can't build it, so that'll be the next turn. We've already got the second set of horses coming. The 2 sets of horses that we already have here could indeed move, but I'm kind of worried. Why on earth? We take these guys out, the public order is going to go down even further, and we're at risk of this place rebelling, not just rioting, but actually rebelling. So we won't take the horses out of there just yet. We need to continue to recruit peasants by the looks of it, which we are doing. What is happening here? Completely... This place is going mad. Right, another unit of peasants here. Just simply because to replace the 200 men that are about to leave. Should be fine. Low tax rate. Is a tax rate here? The tax rate here is low already, yeah. It's rather irksome. Okay, so horses going across. Carthago Nova just waiting patiently for now. Cordoba's horses will go across after we've got a couple more units of peasants, I feel. Okay. So everything here is hunky-dory, kind of, which means that the last piece of business is to capture Asterica, which will actually give us some more cash to spend at the end of this turn. So, without further ado, I'm going to attack. Of course, we get to 3 rounds is more than enough. The gates aren't open for us, unfortunately, which is your spy failed to open the gates. Never mind, you incompetent moron. It's fine. We'll let you off. So next turn, we should be ready to take that down, which will give us some extra coin should we need it. So, given that we're going to get some extra coin in the next turn, I'm going to be spending like it's going out of fashion in the next turn. So all of these buildings, all these places will get buildings and stuff. Right, we're done, I believe. Which means that next turn... Have we been going for longer than an hour? Have we been going for longer than an hour? We have, surely not. Have I been gabbing on for so long? This is the last turn. And it will serve as an RP overview as well. Well, obviously this was coming. We knew that. We'll deal with that next. We'll deal with that later.
We're surrounded.
We're surrounded! We are surrounded!
Our ships are under attack.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
We are supreme.
What are you trying to achieve is what I need. That's the question I asked myself. What are you trying to achieve? Right, RP overview / let's finish this. This I might split this video into 2. because it could be a long one. Right, okay. Let's check the business first. Let's check the business. Settlement besieged. Okay. Okay. Storm in the sea. Death stalks the land. Disaster cost the life of an important figure. Ah! And Abyss has died of plague. And Abyss Neferis, our adopted family member, has died of plague in the middle of the desert. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Right, what's happening here? Egypt are at war with Carthage. Ceasefire between the Greeks, the Gauls and the Romans. We have a new family member, Agapia. Egypt are now the most advanced faction. And Theodeclus gets his artist. Okay. Lots kicking off here. Lots kicking off. Right. I'm trying to think of what's best to do here, given the time of the session already. Because this is going to be a battle, isn't it? This is going to be a battle. But it's going to give us money, so it'll give us a better chance to assess what we can and can't spend. So, what we're going to do is we're going to fight. Not auto-resolve, we're going to fight. Okay, we've got Naked Fanatics about to attack our infantry line. But they've suddenly realised that being supported by barrack slingers, that's not a good idea. I had it on really, really fast speed to get my men into position, and I kind of didn't see that coming until it almost was upon us. But thankfully, we've held firm. And instead now we're going to target their skirmishers in a second. Or maybe even run them down with our horses. Could be a plan. Oh, already we are firing upon them with the slingers. Barrack slingers doing their job. We've got the better range, of course. These barrack slingers are just so good, so good. So good. We've butchered the enemy. The only men that we've lost, technically speaking, have been friendly fire casualties. And it's only barbarians. I mean, come on. It's nice of us, isn't it? Treat our barbarian friends with contempt. Right. Let us move ourselves forward. So we've got Iberian infantry and naked fanatics. It's the naked fanatics we'll have to be very careful with. Our horses are doing a bit of a jig here. Iberian infantry will not even sustain an attack from barrack slingers. They are on skirmish mode, right? Okay. A few naked fanatics here. Get the round shields into the backs of the naked fanatics. This has probably not been the cleanest. They are making mincemeat of our barbarians, which is fine. Not the greatest of charges, it must be said. Although... wow, those naked fanatics are pretty deadly. Don't want to lose a whole unit of cavalry here. They will need to be replenished. Oh, good.
Now we will see the measure of these soldiers' courage.
Okay, we have got most of them now. A few heavy naked fanatic infantry units left, so that's a little bit deadly. We've lost, it was mostly barbarians there. The barbarian folks.
He lies in your grasp, and there is nothing the enemy can do but run.
Yeah, barbarian mercenaries suffering most of the brunt of that attack. Never mind, never mind.
Victory is ours, mighty one. We have conquered.
So we exterminate the populace. We have to do it. We have to do it. Otherwise we're going to be spending so much time trying to bring this population round, and it's all going to be a melodrama. Right, low tax rates. So let's continue on then with our finishing touches to the session. Asterica has just been conquered. We will repair. We will build mines. Simply because it's money. How much we got to spend? 8,000. Not quite as well. Most of the money we've just plundered from the place has gone straight into paying for some mines, which is the nature of the beast. We can retrain. That's probably nothing to do with actually retraining their number, but it's probably retraining the quality of their armor. Which, do you know what? They've taken a lot of losses there for the cause. We'll give them that. We'll give them that. So we'll take a turn or two to get Asterica repurposed and ready. We'll probably have to leave a garrison behind here, but we want to be getting this army mobilised as quickly as possible to head to Numantia. So this is just retraining. So on top of the retraining, we also want to start with the recruitment of peasants, maybe a town militia unit as well, just to keep watch on the place, so that we can send our army back out into the field as quickly as possible. Theopanis and Zixus need to keep moving. In the meantime, Theopanis, there you are. Still have the same followers. There's your stats. And when you speak about the stats, there is a stats screen, which I've not looked at a great deal, but there's your actual stats in addition to your traits as well. So there you go. So that is you, Theopanis, temporary governor of Asterica until you're back in the field again. Your second in command, Zixus Lixus, 27, continually gaining experience, fighting by the side of a proficient military man, good commander and stern. There's your stats. Bribery resistance, very tough man to bribe. No followers yet. So that's you two, the dynamic duo taking Iberia by storm. In the meantime, let's just take a very quick look around and about some of the other places across Iberia. This is now a very happy green face. You are continuing to move across to Carthago Nova to form the raiding party. In terms of building, take a quick peek here. Just the roads left, which we shall happily purchase. So Scalabus is fine. These two are just continuing to keep an eye on the situation here. Can now spy with 100% proficiency. Still no trait increase, but never mind. So keeping an eye there. Numantia, just there is a family member there, of course, but they're not going to be in any way, shape or form fit enough to repel Theopanis when he comes down for you. Your days are numbered, Numantia. Your days are numbered. Right, we go down to the irksome Corduba. It's an orange face now, but it will be a red face very shortly because we're about to take out the cavalry. We are getting, of course, some more peasants. Perhaps we might need even more after that to keep the city in check. We have finished the building of the sewers, and now we move on to the communal farming. We will finish off with the roads, and then we shall carry on from there. Hopefully public order will be brought back round eventually. Still 5,000 more to spend.
Sire.
Horse is coming, which leaves Carthago Nova. Low tax rate, still waiting for the last few gasps of troops. Large mines. It's rather pricey. Leaves us with 2,000 to spend. I've got to be careful here because we do want to bribe an army down here. We want to bribe this army here.
Yes.
Be quick.
Do we not?
Our patience is limited. You insult us.
Maybe we can't bribe them. Maybe we can't. Or maybe it's just because we don't have enough money. Okay, so let's see if 12,000. If 12,000 is not enough, I'm not spending more than 12,000 to bribe this army.
Yes, my dear.
Although I feel like we kind of need
Our
to.
patience is limited. You insult us.
Wow. Oh my god. I think Bomilcar is in a spot of trouble. Bomilcar the Drunkard is in a spot of trouble here. We can't bribe the armies.
Be quick. Our patience is limited. You insult us.
I think it's probably because Hiram Tunis is like a zero diplomat, zero influence. I think that's mainly the issue here. If he was a better diplomat, possibly this could have been a goer. But as things stand, it's not a goer. So, Bomilcar, you're in trouble, pal. You're in trouble. So we'll get to Bomilcar last. Oh dear. Last will and testament of Bomilcar, anybody? Yeah, okay, so we'll go back to the plan then, which was to get the mines here. And Mutagenus will be our raiding general. The kind of worrying thing at the moment, however, is this army for the first time is looking like it may well be coming somewhere. Where's it going? I don't exactly know yet, but it's coming somewhere. It's coming somewhere. He's leveled up again. Trait increase. He's now a spy. Excellent job. So this is now a 3 subterfuge by Carthalo is getting better. Getting better. His line of sight has increased. Spying talent and spy. He will need to keep an eye on this army. See where it goes. Is he going down towards Carthago Nova? Possibly. Does Mutagenus really care? Does he Hellas like? He's going to be like, come on, bring it on! You want to come down and attack me? Then bring it on. He may also be going across to Numantia. We'll have to wait to see. But he's nowhere near any of our settlements, so I'm not overly concerned right now. We do need to keep an eye on him. So that's everything in Iberia, pretty much sorted. Happy with that, apart from the fact that this got a red face, but we can't do anything about that. So, Plague still stalks to land in Tingi. Be that as it may. It's the nature of the beast. So high tax rate there, just to help out a little bit. Right, Demidi. What were we going to build here? Nothing. $2,400. Oof, it's rather expensive. I might just hang fire on Demidi for a second. Hang fire. Nepta? No, everything's fine there. Take the very high tax rate down on Nepta. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Xerta. One more turn for its stables to be finished, and then we're going to get a couple of public order buildings here. Yeehaw's a little bit worried about plague. You see what happened in Carthage. He wants a bit of, he wants some sanitation buildings. Also surrounded by plague. Tingi's got a plague. Nephis has died of plague right here. It's like the plague is swarming around Yeehaw. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Nothing to build here for now. Of great urgency. We've retrained the ships. No signs of blockaded ports here. So that's fine. Okay, so that's for family members and the situation sorted over in the eastern territories. Over here in the more central territories. Still no signs of any ships, but lots of Julii presence. Karalis, tax rate down, and we shall get in Corellis a market. 600 left. It's fine. Oh, Carthage has finished building. Ooh, Carthage will have a very expensive building next, I suppose. So let's take a look. Right, in Carthage then, we were trying to get some more skirmishers to take down to Theodecalus, so we'll continue with that plan. In terms of Carthage's next building, we will go with farming, food for the populace. Populace need to be well fed after the plague. They need to get the strength back. Hasdrubal, there I am, still with my followers. Any more traits? Espionage, still the same. Stats wise, look at me, I'm an expert in tax, an expert in trade, construction. Not bad at training agents, apparently. This is because of Theages' help, I'm sure. Right, okay, so there's me just now kind of righting the ship that is Carthage on the recovery from the plague. Thapsus is already building.
Aye, great lord.
What on earth do you think you're doing?
Attack!
What
We
on
are
earth
supreme.
do you think you're
Aye, great
bloody
lord.
well doing?
Mighty lord.
Get away from us! Okay, that's it. So Thapsus is fine, Carthage is fine, Corellis is fine. We swing down to here,
Ready to sail.
dropping off
Yes,
our
mighty
merchants, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay, down here, one more turn for the temple. High tax rate is fine. Theodecalus, everything is just sort of sitting pretty. You've got, of course, your new follower, the old artist. You like a drink, apparently loyal, confident attacker, good commander, bloody, victor, knight fighter, even-handed, rational beliefs, and a Spartan. You live without any luxury, Theodecalus. The Spartan lifestyle. Picked up quite a few traits there. Good with trade, there's your stats. Very difficult to bribe, although your personal security is a bit lacking. But there you go, Theodecalus. Fine specimen of a man. Okay, excellent. So that's fine.
My ears are yours. Spying.
Spying, continuing to spy there. Fine, or fine and dandy. We just sweep around here. Cyrene, nothing that Cyrene can do at the moment. And we finish off looking here. We've just seen what's happening here. Bomilcar, his end. His end is nigh. I can't see how he's going to survive this. An incompetent diplomat has failed to bribe away the Egyptians. They've attacked him. They're going to be reinforcing. This is a worry, and this will need to be addressed by Hasdrubal and the council, because they're not going to stop here. They're going to continue to come eastwards, I feel. Cyrene, Lepsis, we need to put a stop to, get ourselves ready to sort this out. Don't ask me how, but we're going to have to put our heads together, because this is a potential problem that will not go away. Very, very irksome indeed. Let's just quickly check down here.
Yes? Awaiting your command.
Look, I told you, didn't I? What did I say? What did I say? I said that as soon as Egypt go to war with us, this man's income will be reduced, because we're no longer trading with Egypt. The reason why we were getting so much profits from this deal was because we were trading with Egypt. Now we're at war with Egypt. Look what's happened to his income. It's gone down to 0. It's gone down to nothing. He was trading about 1,000 denarii a turn, 1,200 denarii a turn. That is now just vanished. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to turn our attentions to trading with the people that aren't at war with us, with our merchants. And I'm thinking maybe the Pontus. There's not anywhere near as many lucrative nodes here as there was in Egypt, but we've just literally got a load of merchants on the way, which is now no use because we can't trade with any of these resources anymore. Egypt, why? Why have you done this? So, okay, nothing else doing there. So let's finish off by looking at Sicily and the situation here. So building-wise is fine. Lilybaeum's tax rate there.
Aye, great lord. Ships ready.
He is off up this way.
Aye, my lord.
So he's coming up there.
Ships ready.
You
Ships ready.
are coming down here.
Aye, great lord. Aye, great lord.
One more. And then we'll get the spy on and take him across to Greece. So that's fine.
Ships ready.
He's coming here.
Yes, mighty lord.
Pick up one last set.
Sire. Aye, my lord.
And then
Aye, great lord.
he's off to beach himself at Croton.
Aye, great lord.
So, Bizaltes, here you are. With a Karugan now. Brave, draftsman, factionaire, good commander, heartless ruler. All of these were last time. There's your stats. Great with battle surgery now, all of a sudden. Popular standing. The people like you. I'm not surprised. Look at me, how many Romans you've slain. With more to follow. Looking pretty good. Gisco Gades is on the way with him. Good defender, bureaucrat, social drinker, been in the wars, night fighter and draftsman, master of the horse and a priest of Baal. There's his stats. So you're off on the old campaign as well. Hopefully we'll get there safe and sound in the next turn and start laying waste to some of the brutiized lands. So that's excellent. Right, Syracuse needs a blacksmith. How much is it? 1,200. How much we got to spend? We're in the red. But we're going to spend anyway. We're going to spend that cash. Messana needs a stables, but Messana's already building its palace for now, so everything else there is building. Right, excellent. So that leaves us with Theages. There's Theages' stats. Great with construction, trade and taxes. Followers, he's lost a couple, but he's still got plenty. I don't think anything there has changed. 45. So I think that's all the family members. Bomilcar, well, let's take a quick look at him because he's going to be dead soon. The drunken, useless assessor, the Bomilcar who's screwed Siwa over so badly that it's probably bitten him on the arse, because had we been able to retrain some of these troops that he'd lost in the battle and he hadn't torn down the military buildings, he could have reinforced himself to a point where we might have been able to win this fight. It's now looking highly unlikely. What I do think, actually, thinking about it, is if we were to sally forth right now, before this army can reinforce, it would serve us with the best opportunity to actually win this. Sally forth, take this army down now, and then take this army separately in the next turn. That's probably the way we're going to start the next session. That could work. We've got a massive horse advantage, so if we sally forth and fight them in the field, we can use our horses to our advantage, flank, cause a chain route as quickly as possible. It's doable. I see a plan forming. I see a plan forming. Right, I think that's everything that I need to cover. One last little minor detail is,
My eyes are
let's get our spies into position so we can see what's going on. Get our spies up and get our...
Who shall die this day?
So Hannibal has got one subterfuge. So have you. Hannibal's not had a go first, so we'll give you a chance.
He's a dead man. Death stalks him.
Nice. Goodbye. Retinue expands. Hannibal's got a networker and a trait increase, a cutthroat. Excellent.
I kill.
3. Hannibal Halalia. 3 subterfuge now. Ah, let's repurpose him and put him to use. Start killing some more people. There's more agents up there. Let's take him up.
Who shall die this day?
We need to give him. We need to see if there's anybody nearby that he can take down. Not many people. 31% chance with the captain. He needs easy targets. I'm going to just put him down here for now.
By your will.
Just put him down here for now. Okay, so that's the agents also sorted. Can see the SPQR, can see the Skippy Eye. They're really struggling with Skippy Eye at the moment. This is their last. This is the last of the Skippy Eye. Literally, this is it. They've got nothing left. No more ships. Just this and this and Capua. I almost feel sorry for them. Okay, so I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. So I'll just finish off by taking a final look at the family tree. So as we can see here, family continues to grow. We've lost this session Anubis Nefaris to the plague. Died in battle 248. No, he died of plague, okay? Bizalta's still not married, still no kids. He's too busy slaying Romans. Zixus and Mutton Ball, 4 kids. Mutagenus, gonna be our raiding general. Haven't got time for marriage, he's too busy drinking blood. Oh, he just had a child as well. Oh, that's sad. That is very sad. Theages, married, 3 kids. Xenophanes, 9, soon to be coming of age. Theodecalus, got 2 kids. Yehoilan with the 3 kids. Gisco Gades with the newly born Provincia. So Gisco, Provincia, Theopanus, Agapia, Theopanus, child finally. You've taken some time out from your conquering of Iberia to have some babies. How very nice. And then finally Bomilcar with 4 kids under threat in Egypt. Will he survive it is the question we ask as we move towards the end of this session. Find out in the next one when we will sally forth and see if he can do it. But yes, next set of orders, get them to me if you're a role player by the same time next week. Same time next week. I will play out the next session of this next Saturday. So yeah. What I might do is very similar to the situation with Bomilcar when he was attacked by the Romans at Corrales. I might midweek do a shorter special session purely of the battle at Siwa. Just have that as a standalone battle to see if Bomilcar can do it. And I'll bring that to you probably about Wednesday-ish. So yeah, have a good weekend everybody. Until next time. We're surrounded on all sides, but that won't stop us. See you soon.